Hi, I'm Michael Barakiva. I'm the director of Perfect Arrangement by Topher Payne at Primary Stages.
Now, you have done extensive research, and it shows on this wall.
Yes.
Can you lead us through this wall and tell us a little bit about it?
Okay, well, researching is one of my favorite things to do in a production. All the time before the first rehearsal, I feel like the director's responsibility is to work really hard to unfold, to uncover every secret in the play so that the actors can trust the director in the first rehearsal to lead the process forward. So these images come from all over. Some of these images, I'll show you my favorite ones. There's this one of canned fruit from the 1950s. And there's something about how it's real and artificial and the colors that feels like it captures something about the essence of the illusion and the artificiality of the play that we're trying to capture. I don't know if you can see these scary bunnies over here. This is a ad for candy, and these bunnies look like they've done a lot of LSD. And there's something about they fill me with terror, and it feels like that is the anxiety in these characters' hearts living in the 1950s. Of course, potted meat, good and easy. There's a bunch of these ads that I love show women dressed, just for hors d'oeuvres and to enjoy a Coca-Cola. This is how the advertisements encourage a woman to dress. This is a great one about the fold-out sofa has just come out. So they always talk about it as like the sofa with a secret, the sofa with a hidden side that nobody else sees. And given this play's themes, that felt like, is there another sofa bed that keeps its secret like this? Is there another sofa bed that keeps its secret like this? So that was great for us. Each of these ads have a wonderful homoerotic element to them. So here we see a man, and we are assuming his girlfriend or his wife smoking cigarettes, but really he's looking off in, the character in the distance. This is a terrifying one. Camels had something called the T-zone, which was an excuse to overprint an incredibly phallic image in front of a woman's mouth in an advertisement. Start your camel own.
So the T-zone is actually in the advertisement?
Yeah, well, you see the T right here,
Yeah.
and the T-zone is if you only smoke Camel for 30 days, you're supposed to see how your T-zone tingles.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And then a huge part of this play for me is that, this is a play set in 1950, and the idea that mankind could destroy the world is a new idea. So you see this sort of atomic anxiety everywhere. It's called the atomic age. Even this cloud has a silver lining. Big reason for better roads. This mushroom cloud was everywhere. And I think a lot of the reasons the hysteria about communists and queers happened is because we suddenly felt like, oh, we can destroy the world. And that's a terrifying thing to be capable of. These images are all from a wonderful book called The Lavender Scare that chronicles what happened when the government turned on homosexuals and suspected homosexuals and decided to fire them. There's a great political cartoon here. At this point, everybody was getting fired from the State Department, and it basically meant that you're a homosexual. So in this cartoon, the guy says, "It's true, sir, that the State Department let me go, but that was solely because of incompetence."
Kevin O'Rourke, and I play Ted Sunderson.
And can you tell us a little bit about your character and the journey that they take?
Well, my character is Bob's boss at the State Department, and we start. The play starts in a almost sitcom kind of atmosphere and format, and I play kind of the grumpy boss, the Dale Gordon, the Gail Gordon, Richard Deacon role, and so I come in and give him a new assignment in the State Department and tell him this is going to happen, and then by the end of the play, things are very, very different, and my character kind of undercuts a little bit and has a little darker side.
Would you say that you are one of the characters to be feared during the Lavender Scare, or one of the characters that just did their job?
I think that I'm one of the characters to be feared because I did my job. I think that, and this is interesting because it wasn't about people hating what other people were. It was genuinely looking at someone and thinking that they were a risk to this country. People, whether they were communists or loose women or drunkards or homosexuals, they became a threat for blackmail and a security threat to the country, and so that was what. And in a way, Ted Sunderson is really a patriot, and what he's really trying to say is, no, we need to protect our country, and these people are a threat. In much the same way that I don't condone it at all, but some people who had the best intentions immediately said anybody who was of Middle Eastern descent was a threat after 9/11, or taking all the Japanese people in World War II and putting them in a camp. It was, and that was what they thought was being patriotic and protecting this country. And I think that if you look at it from that point of view, it makes it more interesting than just have somebody who's twirling his mustache and is a bad guy.
Now, you've done a lot of TV work. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done?
Well, I've done a lot of TV work recently. Most recent, I was played Mayor Bader on Boardwalk Empire for 4 years. And then I just finished a new television series called Outsiders, which will be on WGN in the coming year. So then I play all those, I play cops and lawyers and everything else. I basically, if it's a kind of a jerk in a suit, that's what I do.